Hey, my wandering wanderers. Today we're going to be doing a cosmic energetic reading for the sign of Libra. Yeah. So please keep in mind these readings are based off of whatever it is that the universe wants to talk about. That being said, energies are contextual and fluid. So if something is vibing with you, please take the time to identify and quantify what that may mean for you and take time to discern these messages for yourself, okay? All right, Libra. Let me push this out. Ooh, excuse you, keyboard. All right, Libra, balance. Let us get into your little jaunty Libra. Libra. Balance. Scales. What's up with it, Libra? What does the planetary energies have in store? Okay. Once again, they're keep getting direct messages to open up your heart for love. Let me double check. Gotta double check. Make sure there's no cards underneath the table because you guys already know. Alrighty. Got it. Alright, Libra. So, Libra, there is no deck energies. It's just literally the cosmos is like literally like saying that this is you trying to understand your mind. This is you could be in the process of healing these aspects of your mind, and this is something that you're transforming. But also note, Scorpio is also the construct of desire, so this could be Libra, this could be you understanding your desires or knowing what your desires are, figuring out how to mentally formulate this, and this is what is actually healing. So, in the context of this, Libra, ask yourself, what is it that you desire? How do you mentally understand this communication? What exactly is that healing for you, Libra? Okay, I'll put the deck over here. Alright, let's go ahead and get some, or identify the components of this energy. Identify the components of this energy. Okay, so there's a lot of components about desires and how you think of them. Okay, Libra, so in the context of your own, there you go, in the context of your own desires and how you process this, how do you understand this foundation of what you're working for will come into fruition? How do you understand what it is that you desire? And is this something that you're actually working for? Is this something that is part of your own foundation? How is this a wellspring of wealth for you? Libra, how do you quantify wealth based off of what you're working on? How is that related to your foundation? How do you think about this foundation that you are in the process of working on, how does this bring wealth to what it is that you're desiring? How does that bring energetic wealth in the context of this foundation that you're thinking of? What is the relationship between your desires and how you think of this communication? What is the relationship between how your foundation is being communicated, what it is that you desire to accomplish, and how does that bring wealth back to you? In the context of healing, how do you understand this community? How does this community help you understand what needs to be healed? In the context of marriage, which one of these concepts need to be fused together? What is it from this community that is being healed for you is connecting with the communication of what it is that you actually desire? How do you quantify or identify the relationship between that and the community that is giving you the help that you need? How? Let's see if we can quantify. Ooh. Okay, so I'm guessing intuitively there are okay, so there's nothing in the deck, right? Nothing underneath the table. Alright, so I'm going to be blunt about this. The fortune teller card flew off to the side. So the real question, Libra, is how do you see into this source? How do you see this source? How do you read this source? What is coming up when you gaze into the ball? What energies come up when you gaze into your mind? What energies come up when you gaze into this or understand this type of communication? How does this communication speak to you, Libra? Okay. Put this right here. In the context of healing, what is it that is nourishing you? How do you understand this nourishment that is being healed? What is it that's actually nourishing you? In the context of this communication and your own desires, how do you understand how you drink from this source? How do you intuitively understand that this is the source that you're drinking from? How is that, and how is this communication related to your own desires? When it comes to what it is that you're working on, in the context of your own desires and the wealth behind it, how do you understand that this is actually a blessing for you? How do you understand that the framework of this foundation that you've been working on is actually, it's healthy for you, but how do you understand that this is a blessing for you? How do you intuitively understand that this is a blessing for you? Alright, let's see. How does this information energetically relates or correlates towards you right now, Libra? Getting connotations that there's a need for you to really damn it, to really respect yourself. And like even like the deck energies are a little choppy. Trust yourself, Libra. Trust yourself. Trust in your intuitive self, okay? Okay. Hold on, Libra. Double check underneath the table, because you never know. Overall, Libra, you could be aware of a tower moment. A tower moment in the context of understanding what it is that has been foundationally holding yourself back. Energetically, you could be aware of like the basic blocks of why things have been holding you back. But also keep in mind, understanding what has energetically been holding you back could be you understanding this blessing. Okay. So there's an opportunity here in the context of what it is that you desire and how you celebrate that or how you draw from that. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's back here. Okay. At the same time, this is you also understanding the projection of these lessons behind why this perception has been physically holding you back. In the context of bringing union between what needs to be healed and how is this being communicated for you within yourself, you are starting to understand the projection of this healing between you and your own communication, and you're starting to physically understand the truth behind this union that is being healed within you and the foundational truth behind it. The same time, in the context of healing and how you're perceived, yeah, there's a lot of like confirmation that's coming out over here. In the context of this healing, understanding what needs to be healed, you could be understanding or starting to understand the experience of these beliefs. And this feeling of understanding this experience could be, developing the strength for you that is needed, the strength that is needed for you to really understand what needs to be harvested when perceiving this projection. And by doing so, you're able to make the correlations between what's projected and how you're supposed to receive the blessing behind it. And this is something that you're really going to take the time to or something that is projected that you really need to stand up for, because eventually you become aware that there is an opportunity for you to really work on this, because this is inherently linked to you understanding the true perspective of what it is that you emotionally want. And this has everything to do with how you may be perceiving the perception of this reading. Also keep note in the context of, well, I noticed how the community card flew back there with the marriage card. In the context of how these two, the concepts of what it is that you desire and how that's being conveyed to you, you're starting to understand the projection of your own beliefs and how that may possibly pan out in the context of community. Okay. Oh, shit, I didn't even notice this. Like, this was actually on top of my phone. The dancing card fell on top of my phone. So this could be Spirit is just, like, super excited, super dancing. The fact that you're starting to recognize this. I mean, like, the wheels of fate are turning. The more you believe, the more you will receive. Okay, Libra. Overall, this reading is very, I heard the word stagnant. There's a lot of, could be stagnant in the concept that there's heavy focus, or there was heavy focus yeah, in the context that there was heavy focus on understanding, trying to understand the situation, but it could be that there's a lot of focus on what needs to be energetically. You could be focused on what it is that needs to be healed. It seems like there's yeah, right now overall there's an energetic shift towards the healing, which is good, but also there's a need to pay attention to well, pay attention to your intuition, because your intuition is giving you insight to key details that will help even out this situation for you energetically. Pay attention to how all this is laid out. Pay attention to the signs that your intuition is gifting you. Because even though it's like, even though energetically you're starting to understand the perceptions of these readings, either this reading or understand the perception of how you are getting intuitive guidance, there may need to be a stronger need to pay attention to how your intuition is intuitively conveying itself to you. Okay, Libra? Like, it's a balance game. So it's like you can't really, it's like, I guess in that context, it's like energetically you're focused on one side when you need to focus on how everything works together. And you'll get there. Just trust in your intuition, because, like, this is something you could be dancing around. Dancing around. Alright, Libra. I hope that this reading is helpful for you, please take the time to evaluate what resonated with you and discern that information for yourself.